Wolfman Wayne. I'm back to tell you a new story. It's been a couple of years since I done any storytelling and downloading. This is a story that is new to me. I never imagined any of this. Growing up, I found out that I had been adopted. This I knew. My biological father, I was told, was a bad man. He did a lot of robberies, murders, and he had got busted in Montana, Great Falls, Montana, and was put into the Deer Lodge prison. My mom had told me that she went into that prison and visited him and showed me off to him again, and she told him that she was leaving him and going to change my name and hers so that he wouldn't be able to find her. He told her at that time that he was going to get out of prison and he was going to find her and he was going to kill me to punish her. Before he left, or before she left, he gave her a hand-carved leather photo album. It's a photo album of me on the front. That's me. That's a picture of me. It's all hand-carved. On the back, there's another picture here. It says Mr. Wayne Jr. Now this sign right here that you're seeing that goes around, this is the zodiac sign. Well, my son Brandon, he got on Ancestry.com, was trying to find ancestors and stuff, but on my side of the family, he just couldn't quite find anything. So he called me up. I told him, well, remember, I had a biological dad. Maybe look up his name and you can find something. Told him the name is Edward Wayne Edwards. So Brandon did, and what he found has now changed my life completely. Edward Wayne Edwards has his own Wikipedia page. He was a serial killer, and there's so many murders that are still being linked to him. A man by the name of John Cameron, he wrote a book. It's called It's Me, Edward Wayne Edwards, the Serial Killer You Never Heard of. That's the book right there. You can get it through Amazon or whatever. This book is about Edward Wayne Edwards. John went back and he looked up all kinds of stuff and all kinds of information. John used to be a policeman on the Great Falls, Montana police force. He knows a lot about this. He researched it real well. They found many murders that this man had committed and blamed it on other people. He was evidently very smart, and he knew how to manipulate people and make it look like those people were the ones that committed the murders. He did this over a period of 50 years. Back in '56, he had done some murders, and that's up in Great Falls, Montana. That's when I was born. That John Cameron, he was just here. He just left a few minutes ago. We had a long conversation about this man, how many people he killed, manipulated. He was supposed to be a very intelligent man. He was on, did some TV shows, What's My Line, or Whose Line Is It? Some of those older ones. The whole time he was doing those and meeting people and doing motivational speaking across the country, he was actually out doing murders in their own backyard. This new video is to tell you a little bit about what happened and how this has changed my life. You guys out there, relatives, friends of my sons, you've always liked listening to my stories, my exploits as I travel the United States and the things that had encountered and done. We'd sit around the campfire and people would just like to listen to the stories, or sit in the living room with a cold beer and I would tell my stories. Well, here's the story. The son of a serial killer. Found out that we had a lot of similarities, a lot of traits and stuff that I've done, and things that I've wondered about myself all my life and never really knew why or what. And so talking to John, who actually talked to my biological father in prison just before he died in 2011, he said that we had a lot of similarities and that we looked a lot alike. I compared some of my baby pictures with baby pictures of him in his book. He had also done my biological father had wrote a book himself called Metamorphosis of a Criminal, and evidently he talks